So basically, the movie opens with Hawkeye's family getting absolutely decimated by the snap. After that, we see a bunch of people who should be in prison because of their accords but are running free because the plot demands it. Then we see the rats who saved the universe by freeing Scott Lang, which is very dumb because plot should be driven by character choices, cause and effect, not random coincidences. What are we doing? We meet Bruce in his new Professor Hulk form and he says he now has best of both worlds, but what he really means is that he literally just killed the Hulk and stole his body, and we didn't even get to see the process of such a monumental character change. Tony just casually invents time travel in his dining room like it's nothing because having characters pull Deus Ex Machina solutions to great problems out of thin air is definitely a smart way of getting your audience invested in the stakes and tension of the story. Then he just immediately forgives Cap like it's nothing, and we don't even get to see him go through the process of letting go of his resentment even after clearly having those feelings be exacerbated by the fact that they lost because Cap refused to listen to him about the Accords and he lied to him about his dead mom. We then meet Chris Hemsworth in his fat suit, which makes no sense because Thor wouldn't have become a fat, pathetic, sad old man. Thor, in the state we left him, overwhelmed by anger and guilt, would have gone the Hawkeye route and become a Sigma male lone wolf type character who went out helping good people by mercilessly taking out his anger on the bad people while actively training his body and improving his skills with his new hammer so that when the next Avengers level threat comes around, he'll be ready.
Okay, so the how works. Now we gotta figure out the when and the where.
Nope. No you don't, just travel back to Infinity War right after Thor plants an axe in his chest, then take the completed gauntlet from Thanos. Easy! The entire time travel plan makes no sense and only exists for fan service purposes.
Guys, if you pick the right year, there are 3 stones in New York.
Actually, if you decide to use your brain and pick the right movie, there are 6 stones and a free gauntlet in Wakanda.
I'm being careful.
These are Pym particles, all right? And ever since Hank Pym got snapped out of existence, this is it. This is what we have. We're not making any more.
Wrong again. Tony, Banner, and Scott can very easily, very clearly reverse engineer some more Pym particles. Scott has a master's degree in engineering and knows his way around his suit. Tony just pulled time travel out his butt. Banner just assassinated the Hulk and stole his body. Those last two just casually created artificial intelligence a few movies ago. Twice, they could very easily cook up some more shrinking juice, my dude. Stop lying in my face! Or alternatively, just send Hawkeye back in time to get more Pym particles before the mission during his test trip. If Nebula had simply just proceeded with the plan and went back to the future immediately after the glitch,
we fixed the glitch.
Thanos would have never traveled to the future and the third act final battle wouldn't happen. The initial fight with new Thanos has no impact because it's not the same character, so it doesn't really mean anything to the audience. New Thanos' plan somehow makes even less sense than old Thanos' already very dumb plan. Why destroy the universe and make a new one when you can just double the resources of this universe, or just kill half of all life again then erase the memory of the other half? The Holy Trinity losing to Thanos makes no sense. Thor, with just Stormbreaker, was able to beat both Thanos and the might of all 6 Infinity Stones combined. Iron Man was able to make him bleed with an inferior armor in a 1v1 when Thanos had most of the Infinity Stones. Now he has 0 stones and all 3 of them are working together in tandem after getting serious upgrades. Yeah, Thanos is immediately losing this fight and crawling back to his army for help. Stop lying in my face! The fact that Hulk didn't get a rematch with Thanos is such an unforgivable sin. It's quite strange that he knew enough about the Infinity Stones to punch Captain Marvel with the Power Stone, but not enough to teleport away to safety with the Space Stone. The same sorcerers who made those giant portals can literally just open the same portals under Thanos' army and send them all into space to die, the same way they did with Ebony Maw in Infinity War. It's so dumb that Doctor Strange gets sidelined in the battle when he was powerful enough to almost defeat Thanos in a 1v1 with most of the stones back in Infinity War. Tell me again why exactly he or Wong or any of the other sorcerers don't just put Thanos in the mirror dimension so his actions no longer have an effect on the real world. Their plan to just toss the entire gauntlet into a random quantum realm portal hoping that the stones will just magically make their way back to the exact timelines they came from while also independently morphing back into their original forms made absolutely no sense. Tony's snap should have been impossible. Just putting on the gauntlet almost kills both Hulk and Thanos in every single movie. Why is he not dead the moment the stones assembled on his arm? Also, the feminism scene is cringe because it's inorganic, arbitrarily contrived, forced, and was not even planned by any of the women in any way, shape, or form before it happens. Most of them don't even know each other at this point, so it just mechanically makes no sense from a logistics point of view when you see it. The Infinity War version was way better. Whew. Anyway, that's it. Subscribe Patreon, give money. Thank you.